uh, that would we're on to have scenes at this point.
Yes.
So this was my other mainline movie that I chose, and I mean, Master Skywalker, what are we going to do?
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.
The Council wants you to report on all the Chancellor's dealings.
That's treason.
We are at war, Anakin.
Very dangerous putting them together. I don't think the boy can handle it. I don't trust him.
I need your help, son. I'm appointing you to be my personal representative on the Jedi Council.
You're on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
What? Obi-Wan and the Council don't trust me.
Die.
Now, okay, here's my question before we jump into, I mean, what is there to be said about...
Revenge of the Sith, for those who don't get the reference.
Yeah. Okay, so we had a screening for Revenge of the Sith here in town, and we didn't go.
Oh, very tempted.
Very tempted.
Very tempted.
Jake, would you, if you had gone to one of these, would you have done a big shout and gotten real like excited with the audience?
Quoted the lines, gone along with the general vibe.
No. I can't say that I wouldn't have. Especially if it's like in the moment, I might have, because this is one where I know this movie almost word by word. Like I mean,
I don't know that I would have gotten like loud and shouted it, but there's definitely like moments, like even when I'm watching it here, when Anakin's about to kill Dooku, where Palpatine's like, do it. I say that to myself as I'm watching it, right? Like there's certain things I
probably would have gone with do it.
The meme. How could you not the memes?
Execute Order 66. Like there's certain lines where it's like it's built in. I can't help it. It's
you got it.
Oh, okay. Maybe I would have, because I probably in the theater, me being the smartass I am, when they're like, you're on this council, you're not given the rank of master, I've probably been in the corner being like, that's bullshit, Windu.
I did see a really funny meme that was like, yeah, when you just watch the movie, you're like, yeah, man, that's kind of bullshit. And then you go and you watch the Clone Wars shows, and you're like, I get it.
Less bullshit.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, so okay. What was fun about this was I watched both the movie and I listened to the audiobook of Revenge of the Sith, which as an aside, great book. It really it expands on the movie in a lot of really good ways. So like the book expands on why Anakin is upset about why he's not given the rank of master, and that's because he doesn't care about being on the council. He doesn't give a shit about that. He wants access to the holocrons and all the archives and stuff to help save Padme, and he doesn't get that, so he's pretty pissed about it, right? So there's things like that where it takes a 2 hour, two something. Hold on, I can tell you the length. Hour 40-minute movie and turns it into like a 13-hour book.
Wait,
so
this is only an hour 40? Really? That movie feels much longer than that.
What this says.
Huh.
But I like this movie. Like I always liked this.
I always
movie.
liked this movie.
I'm not one of those.
Solid.
Like, I'm not one of those people who was like, oh, it was bad and I hated it, but now I've gained a new appreciation. No. We watched this movie, like, I think 4 times in theaters.
Yeah, well, at least
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, something like that.
I remember enjoying this movie as a kid, but I was who it was made for.
Yeah,
same with Phantom Menace and, like, all those. I grew up with, like, at the correct age. Also, if we're to talk about worst Star Wars movies, Attack of the Clones, that movie is up there on my list as one of the worst Star Wars movies.
I was always a staunch defender of Attack of the Clones, actually.
I can't that's not my movie. We'll lump that into The Last Jedi as getting into that, but or whichever one Justin has next. But I it's really funny. The Revenge of the Sith having had their anniversary so recently, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that has kind of been discussed. One of the funnier ones that I saw was that popped up on my TikTok was the kid who was the kid in the movie who was like, Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. He was on TikTok and he was like, I only got that role because they came to all of us kids and were like, which one of you knows the line? And I was the first one to put my hand up and be able to say it correctly, which I thought was hilarious.
That's very funny.
That's funny.
So Jake, let me.
That's why you want to study, kids.
Right? Let me ask you, how do you feel about this internet tendency to historical revisionism when it comes to the prequels and Marvel movies generally? Like, where people are pretending like stuff like Red Letter Media and Mr. Plinkett and The People versus George Lucas and how everyone hated those movies. And everyone wants to be like, no, we didn't hate those movies, actually. It's like, no, we did. Like, I went through a period of my life where I did not like the Phantom Menace because people on the internet convinced me that I should not like the Phantom Menace. But I love the Phantom Menace.
Even though I did love the Phantom Menace as a kid, I dressed up as Darth Maul. I was ecstatic about that movie as a kid.
I guess my whole it depends on who you ask, because I agree with you. I think there are a lot of people who have a revisionist view of that movie, or those movies being the prequels. That being said, though, there are elements where I can understand how, because I was like this. I went to the midnight premiere of The Phantom Menace, and there was a lot of stuff I liked about that movie. I think the pod race was unnecessary and way too long. Yeah. But I remember leaving the theater and being kind of like, did I like it? I didn't hate it, but I don't know that I loved it. Like, there were elements that I really dug, but I don't know that it didn't feel the same to me.
Interesting.
It didn't feel the same way Star Wars did. Now, that being said, even if there are elements in those movies that don't feel like Star Wars to you, there are things in each of those movies that make up for it. In Phantom Menace, you get Darth Maul.
Yeah.
He more than makes up for the moments that feel a little less Star Wars. In Attack of the Clones, you get the fan service that we've all been waiting for and watching Yoda wield a lightsaber. Yep. So
I agree.
That in and of itself, and plus you get the moment that parallels Luke losing his hand when Anakin gets his arm cut off and all that jazz. And Christopher Lee is awesome in everything he does. So even though he took a character that very easily could have kind of faded into the background and been like, no, this dude is center stage.
Yep.
And then honestly, the Revenge of the Sith is a generally good movie.
I don't disagree.
But even if you have elements in that movie that you dislike, you get two really awesome lightsaber duels.
Yeah.
And then you get like the lightsaber duel of all lightsaber duels. So you get a very Star Wars thing at the end, and you leave on you leave on a low note, but for Star Wars fandom, it's a high note because you just witnessed probably what is still to this day the best lightsaber duel ever choreographed.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, The Acolyte, for however much people hate that show, that has some sick lightsaber fights.
I mean, yeah, the Acolyte also, you get to see the lightsaber bleed and turn red for the first time, which is cool. Right. That's a cool scene. Yeah. Even if you just look at it like independently from the rest of the show, it's just a cool scene.
Right.
But in terms of episode 3, I will say, and this was a complaint that I've seen people say in the past, and having listened to the book, I get it. This movie is rushed at times. Like, there's definitely a pacing issue. I see that argument, and I don't disagree with it. I just don't know, in terms of a movie, I don't know how you could have done it better without it being bloated.
I mean, it's an hour 40. That's now that I know that, I would say this movie should be 20 to 30 minutes longer.
Yeah.
You could have easily added 20 to 30 minutes, and I don't think it would have hurt it.
No.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair, then this is where maybe it would have been interesting if they could have done it like however many years ago, like a extended edition, because there's a bunch of deleted scenes which are in the book.
Yeah,
that's what's funny is like those scenes. I watched through a couple of them. Like there's the one where the gathering of the 2000, Amidala and them go to Palpatine and are like, dude, you're becoming a dictator. Like you need to tell us that you're going to give the power back and yada yada yada. That's a scene that's deleted from the movie, but it's very much in the book. So yeah, for me, if anyone wanted Revenge of the Sith the way that I think it was kind of envisioned, I would say read/listen to that book, because it's really good. And as an aside, that version of the character, the version that's in that book, I fully believe that the one for the character in the Clone Wars show could turn into that Anakin.
Yeah.
That's kind of my final thought on Revenge of the Sith.
Alright, so hey there everybody, it's Endcard Justin here. Let me ask you, do you think Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie? What do you think is the best Star Wars movie? Did you go and watch the screenings and do a big yell? Let me know down in the comments. But in the meantime, if you want to see the full episode that this podcast is from, this video is from, you can click the box on the left. That's going to take you to our May the 4th Be With You Star Wars special with Jake from Arate Media. Or you can click the box on the right, and that's going to take you to a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy. But if you could, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and leave us a like. That really helps us out. We'll see you in the next video, everybody. This Ed card has been tough. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.